members of the head table, the Honorable Peter David, Minister of Tourism, the Honorable, well, I've seen Mr. Gill here today, but his representative, Mr. Adrian Mark from Culture, our dear platinum sponsors, Mrs. Mondo Francis from Co-op Bank, and Duncan Batiste. Also, a special thank you to the media for coming out to cover this launch. I am very excited about unveiling this event this morning because I would say that this event was long in coming. It was something that was planned over a couple of years now, but obviously for a lot of different reasons, we are only getting the opportunity to make it happen in 2009. And it's only because of the resolve and the fortitude of people like myself and the other members of the committee that this event is actually happening. There was, a lot of hurdles to cross and a lot of paths to clear to get this event off the ground. Particularly in this time when we face so much different financial challenges in almost every sector, including getting potential sponsors and the business community to embrace the idea of a music festival. I must say, first off, hats off to the government for embracing the idea of the Rock the Spice Festival, seeing the need, or I should say, recognizing that there was a void in our entertainment calendar that needed to be filled. And it was important that they recognized that, and I think with that recognition came the support necessary to give this event the stimulus, very operative word now, to go on, and all the necessary support that was required to have this event launched. It's a new venture. We haven't had a national music festival in the low tourist season for almost 8 years, and so I am here by making an appeal to the media houses in particular to really garner the support for this event and to offer all of the necessary support that you can in your capacity as the media to getting the word of Rock the Spice out there. Rock the Spice is going to be an annual event. It's something that we are committed as a committee, and as someone investing heavily in the event, it's something that I personally is committing to see happen and grow. As you might be aware, it takes approximately 3 to 5 years for any sort of music festival to really establish itself. And we have to bear in mind that it's a very competitive situation. As a tourist destination, we are struggling to grab onto as many of the limited pool of people that visit the region. And we also have to recognize that regional tourism is becoming even more important to us. So it's important that we see this event off the ground successfully, and that as government and as the private sector, potential sponsors, media, we all have to play a part in ensuring that this event is a success, that it is born, it is nurtured, and it can grow into something that is recognizable as one of our featured events on our entertainment calendar. I think the event has enormous potential to grow. We would have liked to start off this year with a much bigger cast and maybe start a little earlier, but as I said, there's a lot of challenges, and as a committee we decided that we're going to stick with it and we would get it off the ground this year. And I'm proud to say that we are still able to accomplish a great feat by having the event still remain as a 3-day festival. One of the unique things about this festival, unlike almost every other festival in the region, is that a visitor, it can be extra-regional, regional, or even the locals that participate in this event, can be part of this event without having to dig too deep into their pockets. And it was so structured so that every night of the 3 nights would see an enormous amount of commercial activity, because we would have more people being able to participate. Case in point, on Friday, which is the launch of the event, opening of the event at Cuthbert Peters Park. That event is going to be free to the public. And it is going to encompass art, craft, music, culture, and of course what Guelph is now famous for, food. And I should say Victoria by extension, because they too are getting very popular. So we have an opportunity here to display to visitors and to even Grenadians that may want to see what sort of art and craft and stuff is available on the island, to be part of the Friday's event. So off the bat, we know that Friday will be an enormous success. People are going to come out in their thousands. All focus is going to be on Guelph on the 29th of May. And as the rest of the festival unfolds, the feature night obviously being at the stadium, that will be the focus of, that will be the biggest of the cast for the weekend. But the event goes further into Sunday with a family fun day, where people that may not necessarily be into the concerts or the big crowds and all that loud music activity could get involved in Sunday's activity. We're inviting the entire nation to come out, take your family. Kids are going to be free. There will be a small cover to get into the Bathway facility, and you would have an enormous amount of talent there as well, both local and international. The feature act, obviously, on Sunday is going to be Third World, as you can see in the release. And Third World is world renowned. It's one of the most world-renowned reggae bands. They're well respected, and I think they're going to deliver an excellent performance on Sunday, along with other gospel artists and other R&B artists that we would also showcase at the event. And another point I want to highlight is that these festivals also give our local pool of talent an opportunity to really showcase what Grenada has. Because there's an opportunity on every night. We will have different elements of our homegrown cultural artists performing. And so apart from those that's mentioned here on the flyer, like Ajamu, we are making an effort, sacrifice to bring back and participate in the opening of the festival, and he's going to be the feature act on a Friday night, and again, Friday is free to the public. We also would have a myriad of other participants in all genres, R&B, reggae, so that in the event that there's hidden talent there that could be exposed, this is the ideal platform for doing such. So without keeping you much longer, because we have the minister here who would want to make a couple of remarks. In closing, I'd like to say that it's important, I want to reiterate the importance of the corporate community lending the support to this event. Because without that level of support, it would almost be impossible for this event to mature and to grow into something that we can all be proud of. We are on this little rock called Grenada. The theme, the rock, the spice says it all, right? And the subtitle, a uniquely Grenadian festival. It means that every element of what we have to offer is going to be displayed. Not to mention, people get to experience everything that's Grenadian. Unlike some of the other festivals that I mentioned before, this is not a centralized thing where all the events is taking place in a park or on a hill or in a stadium. We get to discover Fish Friday, what Guelph is all about, interact with different communities, and the tourists or potential visitors I think will welcome that experience. We know for a fact that we'll have over 350 plus visitors here on that weekend for some other activities. And it's important that we show them a good experience, we give them a good experience, so they can go back to their respective countries, and they're going to be coming from all over, from Jamaica to as far as Trinidad. And by us giving them a good time here in Grenada, they obviously would go out there and tell people, look, Grenada has something. So they could probably be some of our ambassadors because of this event. So we have to take advantage of the fact that we'll have a lot of visitors here, and it's important that this event really come off the ground with a resounding success so that they can go out there and help to sell this event. So once again, I'd like to say thank you for coming out to this launch, and I'll hand the floor over back to Lexa.